There are a few anime that takes the universe by storm when they first come out. Naruto was one of them, Bleach was another one, Dragon Ball Z, that was one of them, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. Dandadan needs to be put up there in that list of animes that just came out and boom, Demon Slayer, JJK, Dandadan is right there. It has to be the anime of the year for 2024 because it came and took it by storm. This show only has 12 episodes, but in those 12 episodes, you learn so much about characters, relationships, the music, the just crazy scenarios that happen that keep you on your toes, that you're always waiting for the next episode, and then you get a picture or a little video of a cat playing with a blow dryer, and you're just like, why is the cat doing this with the air dryer and the blow dryer in his face? Just like ridiculous. But you have a very serious moment, and then you get taken over by this cat, and you're just like, oh, can't wait to the next episode. But Dandadan, really a great anime, and it's gonna be one of these reviews where I find it a hard thing to say anything negative about because it hit so well with episode 1 that I was glued in. Now, Dandadan, how I came across it, I saw clips on Twitter. Not gonna lie, I kept seeing clips on Twitter where there was like different things. Especially the Don Flamingo walk was done by Momo Ayase, one of the main characters.
Navy headquarters for the Riege Walk, announcing the arrival of Warlords Don.
This sucks. I need to blow off some steam or I'm gonna hurt someone.
And that right there got me. And then the opening credit scene kept getting replayed over and over again. I was like, this artwork is amazing. What is this? And it is very great opening by Creepy Nuts. I believe I said the name right. Creepy Nuts is the name of the band that does the song for the opening for Dandadan. Yes, Oto Noke is the name of the song. It's by Creepy Nuts. And that opening, when it hits and it's singing Dandadan, 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 and then you see like the characters and the reaction, and then it goes into a whole different vibe, and the soundtrack grabs you by the ears, and you're just like, oh man, okay, I'm locked in. Kind of like Smile Bomb from Yu Yu Hakusho. When that song hits, you're like, I know exactly what that is. Dandadan does the same thing. Rock the Dragon, Yu-Gi-Oh, like the Pokemon thing. So when it hits, you like, boom, I know it. Oto Noke by Creepy Nuts does the same thing, and it really shows you what the show is going to be about in this opener, but without giving away spoilers. What you have here, you have two characters, Momo Ayase and Okuran, or Ken Takakura, who are pretty much, well, Ken is definitely an outcast. He's into aliens. He has a whole thing about aliens. That's his thing. That is his thing. You want to talk to Ken, aliens the way to talk. It's the thing to talk to him about. He'll be all in. He's not gonna turn you down. Well, Momo Ayase, she starts off the show really wanting a boyfriend, and they're gonna have some light spoilers in it if you haven't seen the show, but I'm not gonna spoil much of it. She doesn't have a boyfriend, or she started off the show with a boyfriend, or a guy that she thinks is her boyfriend, but anyway, they get into a fight and they break up. So it wasn't really much of anything. The dude was just there, and she's talking about how she's sick of certain boys and she wants a cool guy like Ken Takakura, who is a celebrity, a Japanese celebrity. Well, she walking through because she's kind of like, you know, depressed and kind of upset that like she just got broken up with. She's kind of like upset and just through with it all, and just leaving school pretty much, walking around, and she sees some people bullying Okuran, Ken Takakura, bullying Ken. She steps up for Ken and say no, leave him alone, kind of thing. Ken's like, this is the first person to really acknowledge me for who I am. Let's be friends. So he goes chase her down, and kind of find out they're just like yelling at each other in a little, you know, yelling contest, and then they challenge each other. Okuran tells Momo Ayase that like, hey, demons ain't real, and Momo's like, demons are real, and then she's like, well, aliens not real. He's like, aliens are real. So like, all right, bet we're gonna go to these two haunted places. One of them will be like a alien hotspot. The other one will be a haunted cave or haunted tunnel. Good luck. They go do that. They go on a little adventure by themselves, and both come across aliens and demons. One, named Turbo Granny pretty much takes Okarun's family jewels, and and Momo Ayase gets kidnapped by some aliens, and Turbo Granny pretty much takes over Okarun, and they save Momo together, but she cursed Okarun, so Okarun can turn into her, use her powers, but he's been cursed by her, and he needs his family jewels back. And that is pretty much the premise of the show, where you have two characters teaming up together in the most awkward ways to save another character's family jewels. That's the most edited PG version I can play it. This show is definitely not a kid's show. It's definitely an adult anime to watch, but it is so good when it comes to humor and the bickering that Momo and Okarun do to each other. They're bickering with each other, but at the same time, they really are into each other, but they don't know how to express that. There's time, because Okarun never really had a friend, and he's socially awkward. So he doesn't know how to express that he loves Momo, but at the same time, he is very sassy when it comes to certain things regarding Momo. Like he'll give her sass and give it back to her, and she'll give him sass and give it back to him, but she's also like, hey, I'm the cool character. I'm not a damsel in distress. I'm going to kick butt because she can. She has psychic ability. She can kick butt and also keep it moving. And like, hey, you either with me or you're against me, but you better square up if you're against me. I ain't going to take crap from nobody. And they just kind of play off each other so well, where you're like, come on, work together. These two are going to get together, but they're like playing around. And then because this is more of a romance anime than shonen anime, they bring in other characters to bring into the plot. So you have a character named Ira who, she thinks she's the main character. She's the main character, and she's a superhero to defeat everybody. And she pretty much gets in the way of Momo and Okarun. And then you have a guy named Gigi, who's Okarun's Momo's childhood crush, who gets in the way of Okarun trying to get to Momo. So you have these two outside forces, but at the end of the day, Ken, who's Okarun, who doesn't have friends, is starting to get a little friend circle built inadvertently, and it's starting to become bigger and bigger. And like, Gigi's a cool dude, but he thinks he's super cool, and he acts goofy, but he's a cool guy, and you kind of love you. It's hard to hate him. You want to hate him because you're like, he's getting in the way of Momo and Okarun, but he's not. He's just there, and he kind of likes Momo, but we all know where this story is going. Other characters you have in here is Grandma Ayase, who is pretty much your fan service character, I'll put it that way. She is definitely your fan service character. She's a hot grandma. Think Tsunade. Think any other hot older grandma character in anime where you're like, there's no way that lady is 60 something years old, but yet she's kicking in looking like a 20-year-old. Then you also have Turbo Granny, who is, I don't tell you what she does and what she comes around in, but she's around, and she's also a treat character. There's moments though when it comes to, it shows the comedy, has a lot of comedic bits, but the animation and the movements of certain characters, there's a chase scene that happens multiple times that's really, really good, and the music that plays with it is also really strong and solid. You should watch it just for that. There's a backstory for one character and a demon, and you learn, well, I didn't say much words. You learn what happened and how this person got cursed and why they find such attraction to another character. And it's moments that make you like, oh my gosh, bring you to tears and put on the edge of your seat, because it's good writing. This show has really, really top-notch writing. They have ways of telling somebody that they're in love with somebody without telling that they're in love with somebody. You see these people's good nature and that they want to help out others, and yet they're awkward and they're goofy and they're ridiculous, but at the same time, they're kind of like, hey, we're in it right now. We're going to get through this. It is a very fun anime. Great animation, great writing, great character development, characters working together, characters getting out of their shell. Like Okarun's been a character that nobody want to talk to. Now he has a friend group slowly building, and it's not the friends along the way scenario, but you can see it happening. He's becoming more out of his shell. Momo Ayase is learning to become more and more compassionate towards others, and not just be like a dick in a sense, and just be like, oh no, this is my way, the highway. She started seeing other perspective. Like her grandma, like she's like, I shouldn't have been mean to my grandma growing up. She starts understanding certain stuff. But yeah, she's ready to get lip and give sass back to somebody who tried to give sass back to her. But Turbo Granny is somebody who loves to give sass to everybody, so they like butt heads a lot, which is fun. This anime is a great anime. It's amazing from animations, from the movements and the choreography of the fight scenes, the music, the storyline when it comes to characters revealing what it's about. And it's not the One Piece kind of backstory where like it's sad, but it's not gonna be always like this super sad thing. Like you learn somebody's motivation and you know like, okay, cool, we need to figure out how to help this person out. It is probably one of the best animes of the year. I'm raving about it on this podcast. I'm raving about it all the time. It's worth the watch. Definitely go watch it. Peak character development, peak anime, peak story, peak animation, peak writing. I get it. I'm grabbing on it. I'm gonna go ahead and give Dandadan season 1, because there will be a season 2. Season 1 an A+. It gets 100% from me. I don't know what to tell you. IMDb gives it an 8.5 out of 10. That is a B from them. Like, that's a B. And what else on here? My anime list, if it's there, gives season 1 an 8.6 out of 10. That's another B. Yeah, they give it a B. I'm giving it an A+. It's 100%. It's gonna be a fun first season. Get you into the show, worth to watch. If you seen Dandadan, what did you think? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys in the next episode of Ali Reviews, and keep being awesome. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I really appreciate that. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if there's a review you want me to watch or do. Let me know. Please put it in the comment section below this video. Also, you want to watch the last episode movie breakdowns, it's right there. Just gotta click on it and you'll be able to watch it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Love y'all, and keep being awesome.